The Black Flag Remake is obviously getting a massive visual upgrade, but when you actually look into the tech behind it, it's way more than just that. The tech I'm talking about is the Anvil Pipeline engine, the exact same one powering Assassin's Creed Shadows. And the crazy part is, a lot of the absolute peak tech this engine pulled off in Shadows kind of flew under the radar. People didn't really talk about the actual tech that much, but Ubisoft has confirmed all of those same systems are going to carry forward into future games. And that's where things get interesting, because in a game like Black Flag, these upgrades are going to have a much bigger impact, not just on how the game looks, but how it actually feels to play. I've got some exclusive footage here, so I'm gonna show you the coolest things the engine did in Shadows, and more importantly, how all of that is going to completely level up the Black Flag Remake. So grab some snacks, and if you're excited for Black Flag Remake, hit subscribe. Let's get into it. Earlier Assassin's Creed games were way more limited. Most of them were built around a single city or just a smaller, tighter space. But now the games are massive, like proper open world, and that creates a huge problem, because the engine has to handle way more distance, way more detail, and 100 things happening at the exact same time without everything just breaking or lagging out. So what the Anvil Pipeline does is actually pretty smart. It uses something called smart rendering, where the game gives you insane view distance by adjusting detail based on how far things are from you, but in a way that still looks natural. So even the things that are really far away still look good while your performance stays stable. And this is where it gets really interesting for Black Flag, especially out on the ocean. In the original, you could already see a few ships in the distance, sure, but now you could be seeing a lot more of them, much farther out, along with islands far on the horizon, and even big naval battles happening miles away all at once. It will make the whole world feel bigger, more alive, and way more immersive. And because of this, the old pop-in effect is basically dead. If you played the 2013 original, you know exactly how games worked back then. The engine had to use different versions of the same object, one high detail, one medium, and one low. So as you move through the world, you'd randomly notice things suddenly snap into higher quality. But with the new engine, that's gone. Now, objects are built with way more detail, and the engine adjusts everything smoothly in real time based on how close you are. When you are near something, you get full detail, and when you move away, it scales down without you even noticing. The important part is the transition feels natural. There's no sudden switch. In Shadows, the map is huge, but it's also completely seamless. There are no loading screens while you're exploring, and that's because of seamless world streaming in the Anvil Pipeline engine. It basically keeps loading everything in the background while you play, so you don't get those obvious loading screens breaking the flow. And honestly, this is a really big upgrade for a game like Black Flag. If you have played the original, you know exactly how often that happened. Sailing into a city, entering stores, going into the captain's cabin, there were loading screens everywhere. But now, we can expect a much smoother experience. You are sailing, you jump off your ship, swim to shore, walk into a building, and it all just flows without stopping you. No cuts, no pauses, nothing pulling you out of the experience. For a pirate game where you're constantly moving between sea and land, this will make the world feel incredibly connected. Now, this is where things start to get really interesting, the lighting, because this is one of the areas where the difference is actually very noticeable. If I asked you what the best looking Assassin's Creed game is, a lot of people would probably say Unity. And that game is over a decade old, but it still looks amazing. That's why it can sometimes feel like the series hasn't improved that much visually. But the real difference is in how the lighting actually works. Back then, Unity's lighting was mostly pre-baked. It was fixed. It looked incredible, but it didn't really react to changes. If you opened a door or broke something, the lighting and shadows didn't actually update properly. But now, with the Anvil Pipeline engine, lighting is fully dynamic and happens in real time. Light physics reacts to the environment. It bounces, spreads, and changes based on exactly what's happening around you. And this could have a massive impact on Black Flag. The original had a great lighting and a really strong art style, especially those sunsets and ocean reflections, which still hold up even today. But now, those exact same moments could feel a lot more real. Sunlight won't just sit on the ocean like a flat texture, it will move and reflect naturally with the waves. Storms could feel way more intense, with lightning lighting up the entire sky for a split second before dropping everything back into pitch darkness. I just really hope they keep that slightly stylized look of the original and don't push it too far into boring grey realism. And then there's the weather system. Honestly, this is one of the absolute coolest features of the Anvil engine, and the one feature that could make Black Flag genuinely amazing. We aren't just talking about simple rain or fog filters like older games. This is a full system called Atmos, and it actually simulates how weather works in real life. So instead of weather just being triggered randomly, it's actually being generated. Things like wind, temperature, and humidity are all working together in the background. Water after rainfall actually evaporates, forms clouds, and turns into rain naturally. Different areas can even have completely different weather at the exact same time. And the best part is, everything reacts to it. The wind physically moves trees, clothes, smoke, even fire. And if you have played Shadows, you already know the weather system there is genuinely exceptional, easily one of the best in gaming right now. For Black Flag, this changes everything. In the original, storms looked great, but they were mostly scripted. They would start when the game triggered them. But now, you may actually see a storm forming miles away in the distance while you are sailing. The clouds build up, the wind starts picking up, the waves slowly get rougher, and then it hits. And once it does, everything reacts. The ocean becomes more violent, your ship responds to the wind direction, visibility drops, it all feels much more natural. It just makes those moments way more intense and believable. And just like how rain and wind affected Naomi's clothes and hair in Shadows, we can expect that same level of detail and physics to be applied to Edward Kenway as well. Another really interesting system here is adaptive performance. It sounds complicated, but it's actually pretty simple. The engine basically adjusts itself depending on what's happening on screen. So if you are in a heavy scene with a lot going on, like a big fight or a storm, it balances things to keep performance stable. And if you are in a quieter area, it can push more detail. It's constantly finding that balance in real time. In Black Flag, the game can go from calm sailing to full chaos very quickly. Big naval battles, heavy weather, multiple ships, explosions, all happening at once. And with this system, the game can handle those moments smoothly without sudden frame drops or stuttering. It just keeps everything feeling stable while still looking absolutely insane. I love the original Black Flag, but with all these upgrades, the remake could take the whole pirate experience to another level. Imagine sailing through a massive Caribbean world with no loading screens, seeing way more ships and islands in the distance, dynamic weather forming in real time, and everything reacting naturally around you. And that's what makes this so exciting. It's not just about better graphics, it's about the world feeling more alive and connected the whole time. The kind of upgrade where you don't just notice it, you actually feel it while playing. But I want to know what you think. Which feature are you most excited about? The weather system, the lighting, or the seamless world? Let me know down in the comments. Drop a like if you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.